He roams the earth in search of cold beer, good tunes, free bud, and the occasional afternoon lap dance. Street urchins cry his name, and this is his story. These are the Thrashman Chronicles.
Thrashman Chronicles, we're back again here. It's a Thursday night. That means we're hanging out and shooting the shit in the Thrash Cave. Tonight I got Jeff Catlin along with me.
Hello.
And another good friend, Bobby Scobie. Thank y'all for coming on, man.
Salutations.
Absolutely, man. Now we got some odd stories, as you always expect to hear with the show. You know, it wouldn't be proper if we didn't. We're going to talk about a dude that burned his house down a couple of times, but claimed that he was trying to torch a mouse. Also, there was a guy that thought gunpowder would make a good cigarette lighter as anything else. That turned out badly for him also. And
Seems legit.
some ladies. There are ladies, and this is the... I was in the Navy, and there were some vile things I saw, but this is up there with it. You know, there's ladies that are getting paid to eat and fart on camera for internet freaks. We're going to talk about more than that, but first, I mean, come on. Geeks across this entire world today were treated to a morsel of greatness.
Yes.
That was the second trailer. Episode 7, The Force Awakens.
We're going to be completely honest. I watched it when I was in the bathroom at work.
Multiple times, too. It's like, wait a second here. I got a couple of more minutes here. I could theoretically be in here for 20 minutes, man.
I'm never going to know. And then I went back out, got to work, and watched it again.
Yes.
I thought the first one was great.
Yeah.
And then the second one came out, and when Han and Chewie were there, man, game over.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's that moment where, you know, every inch of you just goosebumps. Bam. Oh, my God. This is real.
And like, I think I read it online. It still looks like he could kick your ass.
Oh, yeah.
Because he could, right?
70-year-old Han Solo.
That dude just saved
your
that.
ass.
That dude could have went down and fucking crashed this airplane and took out a neighborhood or whatever, but he safely maneuvered that son of a bitch down onto a golf course, away from everyone, walked away from it. Han Solo is real. Harrison Ford is just the dude that plays him.
It probably
He's
even
proven
blew up
it.
behind him as he walked away.
Probably, yeah.
Slow-mo.
I mean, if he was Han Solo and Indiana Jones, I mean, how could he not be awesome, right?
Perfection.
And
Yeah.
Blade Runner, right?
Yeah,
Absolute perfection.
Yes.
By God, Decker.
Yes.
Hell yeah, man. Dude. Yeah, they made it right there at the end. You know, as soon as the everything cut to darkness, you know, it faded to black and this and that, you knew something was coming because, well, for one thing, you can look at the little timer there on your YouTube video and go, come on, give me more. Give me more. And it's just, and it's like, yes, you're so good.
That was the
That's fucking
equivalent
perfect.
to the first one with the lightsaber with the cross guard. You're like, holy shit.
It may not be the most practical, but it looks cool as shit. Wow. Don't question them.
Hey, that's how you not get your hand cut off.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, we got a little is it Rilo Ken? What do they call the new Kylo Ren? Maybe I think it is the new Sith Lord. You got the one little quick flash of him. Kylo Ren, I think it is. I'm not as up on it as I'd like to be, but it was nice to see that little shot of him. And you got the stormtroopers behind him, and everything looks so slick and so polished. And how about the Chrome Trooper?
That was right.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
I'm telling you, man.
I think I looked.
Go for it.
I was gonna say. I think I looked up today, and episode 1 came out in like '99. So I was like 11 when that came out, and I haven't had the excitement of a new Star Wars coming out in like a really long time.
Yeah.
So I am so stoked for December, and I think we should all take a trip to the IMAX and get the full experience.
Yeah.
It's going to be the best experience.
Since I'm super into Game of Thrones now also, and I know that Brienne Tarth lady, I need to know who she's playing, honestly. That's all I really...
Yeah. Nobody knows. Is that the one that's the younger girl?
No, she's the super big badass girl on Game of Thrones.
See, I'm not up on it at all.
Oh man, yeah. Like I just know she's
cool
in it.
show. I don't have HBO.
Oh yeah, no. But I just know she's in it, and then I noticed that she was part of the cast, so I just need to know who she's gonna be.
Huh.
Other than that, I don't know. I mean,
interesting.
I'm just stoked either way.
Dude, I got goosebumps when I saw you know that's Luke's hand that reaches out and grabs R2.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Yeah,
talking,
yeah.
he's narrating in his net. Or how about, the shot there on Tatooine, and you see the Star Destroyer crash and the X-Wing. Oh, this is
fucking Darth Vader's mask.
Yes.
Helmet.
What am I talking about? That's the best fucking part of the whole thing. Just the it's back. And I was breathing like that, I think, actually, while I was watching. Yeah, dude, true. Star Wars, man. I saw the first one. The one good thing about being an old man is seeing the first one, Star Wars, which I know A New Hope is technically what it's called now, but it'll always be Star Wars to me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
As a little boy, and my mom took me to see that at the theater there, the Plaza in Vernon, and it's just, and I saw all three of the original trilogy right there in that same little small town theater, and I can remember everything about it that whole time. Empire Strikes Back, my sisters took me to that one, and it was just cool because they were like late teens, early 20s, and that they were in their cool phase in their life, and I was the 10-year-old kid.
They're still taking you.
Yeah, and then of course Return of the Jedi, which I thought it was great at the time, and it's the one I think that catches about the most flack, other than the new trilogy. Even though I think Revenge of the Sith was. I think that held up with the first trilogy. Yeah. The pod race, I think, on Phantom Menace, and Darth Maul made Phantom Menace really
Darth
great.
Maul was one of the coolest bad guys that I'd had.
Oh, and they killed him off.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Fuck my
I mean, he
life.
died pretty cool.
Yeah, I know. And Obi-Wan. Hey, dude, Obi-Wan is the ultimate badass. There is no arguing that. There is no arguing that. He spared Anakin's life. Yeah. He killed Darth Maul. I mean, come on, dude. And I don't think people quite recognize just how bad he is.
Darth Maul was so bad that he killed Liam Neeson.
That's right.
So
Liam Neeson to die.
Yeah,
I know.
He has
but
a
Qui-Gon
specific set of skills.
I know. Sure enough, he does.
We'll use them.
He gained them from being a Jedi, man. That all started with Qui-Gon Jinn. Rob Roy was cool, but But yeah, total freaking nerd boner all day long, loving it. Can't wait.
I tagged our roommate Rusty, and I was like, because he's been going at it. He's been so stoked about it since that first one. So
yeah,
I mean,
as it should be, man.
And I was kind of nervous about Disney taking it over.
Me too.
But I think they're going to do it right.
Seems that way.
Tron was really cool. I think there's a lot of cool stuff going on with that, and that was a Disney movie.
I hadn't spent time with it, but yeah, right. I've heard good things.
Yeah. So I mean, I
mean, it was all right. I guess I didn't get super into it. I mean, I've seen it, but it wasn't be all end all for me, except Daft Punk. That's all.
Oh
yeah, killed that one. Womp womp. Sorry,
but no. Christmas time is going to be good time. It's going to be better than usual because, man, dude, it's like I'll be able to tell anybody that asks me what I want. Just go, you know what? I'm getting what I want for Christmas this year. It's a new Star Wars, and it's going to feature the core from the original trilogy.
And it's cool that
I love it, man.
Johnny Mike's old enough to be into it too.
Yes,
and you can see his face light up.
Yeah, see, I took, and I set him down. I put the laptop in front of him in the den earlier when I got home from work first thing, and I'm like, "Here, you got to check this out." So he comes over and sits down there, and he's watching it, and he's acting like he's whatever. I'm into other stuff.
Whatever, Dad. Go.
Yeah. And I'm watching him as much as I'm watching the trailer because I've already watched it a few times. But anyway, as soon as the Sith, Kylo Ren, I believe is the name. As soon as the Sith turned around, his eyes just popped up. He's just like, oh, okay. Because you got to have the bad guy, man.
Oh, of course.
Dude, the bad guy makes it so good. I mean, the villain, that's something that you watch as much for them as you do. I mean, you think of every Dark Knight movie that came out, the last trilogy, it was as much about the villain. Everyone's the Batman, the Michael Keaton Batman, the Tim Burton whatnot. It's as much about who's the villain, who's playing the villain, and because that immediately sparks everything.
Speaking of off subject, not Star Wars.
It's all
Did you see the 20-second little teaser of the Superman Batman thing?
No.
Ain't shit about it, honestly. But I mean, it just.
But it's enough to just.
And it just shows their costumes, and that's all it is. But they're supposed to be it's going to start doing select screenings of a actual preview for it in IMAX starting next week, I think. So rad. I mean,
I still don't know how I feel about a Ben Affleck Batman, but
it doesn't matter because you can't see his face, and just the cowl in that video, shit.
Yeah,
especially because I mean, it's not the long-eared bat. It's the short,
stubby. I'm interested. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna be like right there. But it's I think it's okay to be cautiously optimistic about anything when it comes to it. But I'm like you. Hell, they could have put Ricky Gervais as Bruce Wayne. I'd have been like, it's a weird selection.
I'd watch,
but I'm gonna go watch it.
I'd watch the shit out of that.
Pretty cool, honestly.
It would be funny. It would be weird, but but no, I mean, it would. And I'm gonna give anybody a chance, even somebody that I don't think would be the typical fit for it. But if you think about Ben Affleck, one thing I'll give him. He can pull off the debonair kind of thing, the Bruce Wayne thing. Yeah. I think I would more associate with that. But it's something Ash pointed out a couple of weeks ago in the podcast. He's like, Argo was great, and it absolutely was great, man. And I mean, he's done some stuff. I really do. It's actually good. I highly recommend that. I seriously do. I think it's a fucking killer.
He won like a fucking award for that. Yeah. So it has to be pretty good.
And it's based on true events. The Iran hostage situation back in the late 70s.
I feel like he directed that one too.
He did.
Right? Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
It was it was pretty impressive,
equally
man.
As impressive.
Very cool. Yeah, man, he did a good job with that. I think it's easy to kind of get down on him because he became typecast for a long time. But hey, he's with the Kevin Smith's boys. I'm all about those guys. The Buick Universe.
New Mallrats also.
Yeah, dude, I'm all right.
I'm about it.
I hear other people going, that's going to be fucked up. These are 40-year-old dudes hanging out in the mall now. But I feel confident that somehow Kevin Smith will make that work and make it believable at the same time and point out exactly all of the little intricacies of what's going on, the little nuances of every little thing that's he focuses on, and you think, I never thought about that. He is observations. I think that's when I watch Clerks and I think back to Clerks and Mallrats and Chasing Amy and Dogma. There's all those little observations, and and I don't know. I can't explain it. It's hard for me. See, we're totally fucking going anywhere from where I was prepared for, and that's what I love about doing this. But you try to think about, what would I call that? I mean, but it's hard to put into words. But it's like there's certain nuances and things he loves to point out, observations, and it's cool, man. Going back to Clerks, that was one of those movies that you think back to, and you go, this defined a time in my life. And when you're in your early 20s, man, y'all know how you embrace that. This is your time. This is this is your generation's time to come of age, and that was that time for me. I remember looking at that and going, "This is our movie." We watched it for the first time. It was unlike anything else that had ever been done.
Totally black and white. Right?
He sold his comic book collection, and he maxed like 2 or 3 credit cards out to make that movie, and his friends helped him out. And the thing is, the acting was obviously, it was a bunch of people who had maybe had minimal acting classes or instruction, anything like that, and you knew that, and that was okay because this is what this is.
Yeah.
And
it was part of the charm to it.
Yeah, right, the charm.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, I mean, it wasn't super fake.
No,
it was still, they were like,
no.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
I know, yeah, exactly. It's kind of like, it's just whatever.
Those dudes probably did that in like a convenience store or whatever. That
they did,
That was probably part of their everyday lives.
Well, it was inspired. Kevin Smith is the character Dante, the dark-headed one that works in the convenience store. Mm-hmm. That's Kevin Smith. And then the guy in the Randall, who's the one that works in the deep VHS store next door, that is Brian Johnson, who is also one of the guys on Comic Book Man. He's also cool, part of a podcast as well.
The beard?
Big guy, big beard. Yeah. Randall was based on him. I love. I'm such a fan of Kevin Smith. It's the reason I podcast. I mean, it really kind of turned me on to it.
I get super into Comic Book Man when it's on Netflix.
Dude, me too.
I'll watch like an entire season.
Yeah, and I've got a dish too. So the last season was the first time I actually DVR'd them as they were the last 2 actually. Yeah. And it was really cool. Yeah, I dig it. I love everything they do.
And I guess I need to check that show out.
I can admittedly say I was never a comic book nerd.
I was.
I appreciate it from the art point.
Right.
But at the same time, I mean, it's just cool. I mean, I appreciate them. I just never got super into.
Yeah.
It was always a very daunting thing for me as a kid, with like my parents never being into them or anything. I didn't know where to start with a lot of the comic books, and with them so many like universes and issues.
Yeah.
It was easier for me to just watch cartoons and know what was going on.
I think
instead of
too,
just like jumping in the middle of a series or something like that.
Yeah. No, I get that totally. And it's also I think it's a prime example of options too. As time progressed, you have more options and things for y'all. I mean, do you remember not having the internet?
Yeah.
I mean,
vaguely.
Yeah.
I remember
especially me because I lived way out in the country. And like I think until like maybe senior year in high school, I didn't get the internet because it just wasn't.
It just wasn't there. Yes, that's how cable was for me.
I had internet
in the
but
country.
I remember the old modem.
I love that sound. I like that.
We had net zero because we weren't cool enough to have AOL.
It's okay, man, but that sound like that was the fucking most beautiful sound because
didn't use the fucking phone or anything.
Oh no! Everybody. Do not pick up that phone. Don't you dare pick up that phone because over the last 10 minutes, I've got this much of her tits downloaded. And in another 20 minutes, I am going to have full frontal nudity. And I can't believe I just got this for free. The internet is the best thing ever. And then Russia wants to go and take it away.
Saw that, yeah. I thought we have learned before that prohibition does not work.
Oh my God! And what are we talking about here? Dudes in Russia ain't gonna know what the fuck to do. What's this internet for?
Right? Yeah.
They're gonna sit there. The internet?
Yeah.
But you know what? It might be a good thing. They may actually go back to talking to each other and going to bars and sitting down and having a few beers and fucking socializing. But they're Russians. So all they do is drink vodka.
I was gonna say,
and they fucking
like
beat
do that
people
anyway?
up. And what's with this on this guy here? Break a fucking arm. This dude, I saw a video the other day. Some motherfucker just shot this gun off. I mean, he disarmed him. It looked like it was a stage. Like this is how you This is how you do it. Yep. But the son of a bitch had her live. I mean, if it was a blank, that blank fired a freaking flame off of it about 2 foot long, man. And I mean, this dude. But it was just this quick 1 second, split second thing, man. The way he blocked that dude's hand up, and the other dude's hand goes off, and in one motion, the gun goes off. And of course that happened in Russia.
Of course.
Okay,
yeah. That's like everyday life out there.
We have dashboard cams because people do stupid shit, and they're not gonna sue me.
You see, like speaking of Russia, like that whenever that like comment like land or
oh dude,
crashed.
That was crazy.
But like there's a dude. He's like dashboard. He just like pulls down his visor. There's no bullshit. He's just like, nah. He's like, nah, man, not today. Can't be bothered by this. It's too bright.
No, dude. I've got vodka to drink and cigarettes to smoke and think about the good old days. Oh man, yeah. Not going to be bothered by this asteroid catastrophic end of life. Type of thing here. I don't have time for it. If the world ends, end while I sleep. But
true.
But yeah, dude, just roll it, man. It's like, it's cool.
In that article, it said that what was it? That they were basing this ban on some laws that were made in the early 1900s.
Yeah, right? Let's see here. Yeah, man, I got my notes here. Let's
because of some like vague descriptions.
Yep. Yeah. It's what it was. Let's see. Russian courts instructed Roscommon. Fuck, I ain't gonna try it. The country's state-controlled internet watchdog to block 136 websites hosting what quote-unquote pornographic material under the terms of international conventions signed in 1910 and 1923. But yeah, like you said, vague language in a ruling means that all internet pornography could soon be illegal in Russia.
So they're basing it off of what was considered porn in the early 1900s.
Yeah.
So, like, showing an ankle?
Yeah. Oh, dude.
You're, like, showing a shoulder or some shit?
So, can you still see those pictures of Putin without his shirt on?
Oh, of course.
You
have to have, man, the most interesting man in the world, next to Leonardo DiCaprio.
Of course.
He's a close second, though. Dude's
he's got that island of Belize now, right?
Yeah. And, of course.
I did hear that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, dude's, it just keeps getting better and better for Leo, man. I mean, it's like, dude, do you not have it good enough yet? Is it cool? Yeah. Can you back off a little bit? Let somebody else just kind of fucking get a little some of this?
Is
I
that gonna
mean,
be a
damn, I'm
recurring
busting my
theme
ass over here.
within like the podcast? Is how Leonardo DiCaprio ties into every story.
He should. I'm so glad you found you tied it in, didn't you? Where who? How did we find? No. It was it started with the Vladimir Putin. So yeah, it's just gonna happen.
Yeah,
It's gonna get tied in. You're right. Yeah. Well, I told the guys last week we need to get a damned old cutout, life size cutout of me. She just go,
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, you think you're
praise be to Leo.
Yeah. You think you're doing good, huh?
Look at this guy.
Yeah.
Look at this dude here. Yeah.
He survived the Titanic.
This dude, yeah, it's damn right. And then just
Oh wait, no, he didn't. He fucking died. I forgot.
did he?
Buzzkill.
Ah, shit.
There was
man.
totally room for 2 people on that door.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, suspension of disbelief is part of the. It's just part of the gig, man. Sometimes you just got to do that. Joe. Okay, yeah. Fucking Bruce Wayne got his back broke a while ago, like
No bigs.
and then he's
okay,
thrown
and,
down in this pit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he
he's
climbed-
just
My
mad
question
at-
on that is, how did Bane get back so
Oh
fast?
man,
He's fucking Bane.
it's fucking Bane, man. He took.
Or how was Bruce Wayne passed out the entire time that they went to the Middle East?
Yeah, and just woke up. What the
Yeah, I
fuck?
just woke up in this
I'm in a
prison.
pit 150 feet
Okay,
down.
then.
Yeah.
Who's this sumbitch?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. And everyone knows who I am. Well, they didn't end up knowing who he was, but yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah. So yeah, that's what's up. Our old the second most interesting man in the world, Vladimir Putin, is cracking down on the internet, man. Says the latest example there, since he returned to the presidency in 2012, they had recently enacted a law on bloggers that would force popular online writers to register their home
Yeah,
address
ooh.
with the government. Oh, dude, no way that could turn out bad.
With the Russian government.
Holy fucking shit.
You'll disappear just like his biggest opponent did
Oh, my
recently.
God. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That sumbitch is pushing up daisies somewhere
Yeah,
out in
it's-
Siberia.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, to live in it. Yeah, that's what a great fucking, yeah. Oh, my God. I couldn't haul ass fast enough out that country, man. I'd look like a striped ass ape running up out of there if they fucking thought they were going to keep me
And
in
didn't
Russia,
something
man.
like 140% of the Russian population vote for Putin?
Oh, well, that's
Out
so,
of-
so,
out
so
of
they
fear.
say. I'm voting for that motherfucker.
Well,
I know what he can do. He can ride a horse with his shirt off and look impressive.
yeah.
Some bitch fishes and shit. You know?
probably catches it with his bare
Fuck
hand.
yeah, he does. Wrestled a bear once too. Once you've wrestled a bear, man, you've pretty much climbed a mountain. There's nothing else you can't do at that point. But yeah, man, fucking Russia. Russia's same old Russia. I'm sure Edward Snowden will be coming back home for too much longer.
Oh,
Well,
Yeah,
fuck
and he's
this.
like, no, I can't do
Yeah,
that.
fuck this, man. I'll go ahead. I'll just do my time here. You think I can get out in about 10 years or so? At least there's fucking internet.
Take one for
more
the
than-
team.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
Good man.
He'd still find a way to leak shit from the inside.
Well, you know, he's got our back. It's one of the, we think about Edward Snowden. I have mixed emotions about that because I appreciate what he drew, what he brought light to, you know, with what the NSA was doing. I don't think anybody was surprised by that. I know I wasn't. You know, I have a Navy background. I spent 5 years working for the government. I know that there are things that they say that they're doing, or there's things that they put on like they're doing, but necessarily they're not doing. And you know, all of it is political at the heart of the debate, you know. So I just when it comes to that sort of shit, man, you just
I'm sure it would really shock us what our government could and does actually do.
they can,
Yeah.
and you know what, dude? We're lucky. 'Cause
Yeah.
they you know what they can do. We're talking about it here, aren't we? with
Bloggers
what's
don't have
going
to
on.
register their home address.
Their home address just so the motherfucker in the black little sedan shows up. Guess what?
Heard you were saying stuff.
Yeah. What do you know about this?
Heard you
This
talking shit,
reactor?
man. What is this?
Oh man, how would you like to couple them motherfuckers to show up outside your door in the middle of the afternoon, middle of the night, whenever? Just fucking, oh hey, guess what? You are fucked.
I'd still be terrified if a Russian dude showed up at our house and be like,
My God, yeah. Because he would have like a neck tat, and it's a tribal
yeah.
neck tat or something too, like, but still dressed sharp as
"Man,
shit.
still, he's a big, bulky-"
Just bad,
no.
yeah.
I've seen enough movies with the KGB in it. That,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want any part of that.
They don't fuck around. Yeah, it's all right, man. The most brutal methods of all time, but hey, they keep their people in line. Fuck it, you know.
Yep.
do what you got to do, I guess. Thank God we don't live there, but hey. But yeah, and speaking of people out of line, that's the thing about it too. You think about, if you really get down to it, people can do, you're fairly protected inside of your own home. You come home, you don't do anything, you don't hurt anybody, you can do a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And I think after a lifetime of just kind of kicking back and partying and just enjoying the good life, that's at some point you're going to look up and go, hell, whatever happens in here happens in here. I can get away with it, man. I'm not hurting anybody, So this old chick, let's see, where was she at here? This Rachel Lynn Linhart. Let's see, she was arrested last Monday. She knows how to party, though, man. Let me tell you, though. But she just doesn't. She's not real good at picking out who to party with. That whole thing. But she was arrested this last Monday on charges including 2 counts of contributing to the delinquency of a minor after she had confided in her Alcoholics Anonymous sponsor, of course, that she had allowed her teenage daughter to throw a party in her house. So you're thinking, kids, they throw parties and this and that. You're going to get a bunch of fucking Little Caesars and listen to them giggle and talk about boys while they all sleep in. Yeah, not this one though. This was a party for 19.
Full-on rager.
Let's say 29-year-olds in 1977. It was that kind of party. You know what I'm saying? It's swinging. Yeah, they had a nice night of alcohol, weed, naked twister, and having sex with minors. And the lady, this Linhart, she said that her children were with their father when her 16-year-old daughter texted asking if she could have friends over to party. And she agreed, and then they come over and they do their thing. At that point, they were just drinking and they were smoking weed. Well, apparently she's showing them some porn and stuff like that. And the next thing you know, they're engaged in a game of naked twister. And then the next thing you know, she's fucking an 18-year-old and her daughter's 16-year-old boyfriend.
Yeah.
That's some shit off a red tube right there.
Shows her daughter some pictures and video from it.
Yeah. And apparently, and her boyfriend. No, yeah, she showed her photos of herself and her boyfriend having sex. And it's like, man, and you look at this chick and it's just like, where did this go? Where did this hang up? At what point did it compute that was okay? They're 16, you're 35, and I realize at 35 you can still remember what you did at 16, but you need to remember you're not fucking 16.
Your children are 16.
And they're playing naked twister with you, and you're about to be the sandwich chilling between teenage boys. This is like a fucking... and that's the thing that's so tripped out about all of that, is that, we are not going... If that had been the other way around, a young girl with... or a
35-year-old...
you're going, couple.
See you later. You're gonna go to prison forever.
The worst fucking, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. But when you have the 2 young guys, it's like dudes are, high fives. Dude, you did that.
I'm sure it's just like those guys that sleep with the teacher or whatever. It's high fives. You're like, instead of shaming.
I mean, I know because
an SNL skit about that, just last Saturday.
No shit.
Yeah,
really?
Like a dude. Were you harassed after school? Like at school, he's like, no, man. I just got like a million high fives. My arm was so tired. I'm like, did they call you names? And he it was a bunch, stupid shit. But it was actually pretty funny. But yeah,
they do good.
It's completely.
I mean, I think we all knew the kids in high school whose parents would let them drink. And,
have
kids over.
Party
it's like,
kids.
Well, I mean,
my wife's.
You're probably going to do it anyway, so you might as well do it here while we're here to watch you. That's taking it 10 steps too far.
Oh my God, you ain't kidding. Down the black fucking hole, man.
We had plenty of parties my senior year at my cousin's house because his mom was cool. I mean, she would be there. She would she'd be off in her room. Mm-hmm. She wasn't sitting there getting down.
Totally. Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna watch HBO.
Yeah. She's like, hey, you know what? Just don't get too loud. Don't do any of this. And then
not saying that any of that is legal.
I hear you.
right
No,
or
right.
anything,
I'm down. I'm
but-
down.
That's why we're
dude,
not
but
naming
we're-
names.
Yeah,
but
got this.
not trying to condone such acts.
Yeah, but it happens.
Oh, shit.
It
Oh,
happens.
yeah.
We live in the real world,
Yeah.
do we not? Right?
I still owe a kid for MIP that he took the brunt of.
Hey,
Not happening.
that's awesome, man, dude. Yeah, Thrashman Chronicles here with Jeff and Bobby. Their first time sitting in. I have a feeling we're probably going to be sitting around a few more times. This is
I sure hope so. This
Yeah.
is a
Yeah.
blast.
This is dude. I mean, who'd have thought that just putting a microphone in front of your face and just sitting down and having a couple of beers and talking about the stupid shit that people do would actually be so much fun, man. It's a lot of fun. I'm
It's
digging it.
practically
Oh, yeah.
it's practically what we do at the house, except
Yeah.
without the microphone.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's
It's like all you have to
I don't
do
know
is
if we
just
can set
throw it
up
out there,
that
you know.
way, but-
true.
But yeah, I mentioned at the first of the podcast that we were going to talk about a dude who was apparently I don't know if he's necessarily an arsonist or what. I don't really know what's going
I
on with
definitely
homie.
think he is.
But
Yeah.
because
I-
this is
I-
because this was not the first offense. If it's
it happened once again in 2012. What?
yeah.
He
Yeah.
was he told him he told authorities, this dude Clyde, no, he's in Clyde, excuse me, Verlin Sexton, age 48, in Fremont, Ohio. He told authorities that he was using spray paint and a lighter as a torch to kill a mouse
First off,
when he accidentally
how
said
do you?
seems legit.
I mean, what's your
wrong
thought
with that, man?
process that makes you think this is going to work out okay?
I mean, I was always about the hairspray lighter.
No,
Flamethrower.
dude, you took exactly. That's what I think is going on.
We did it all the time.
I know. I do it
It's like fun
WD-40.
and all, but you don't chase a mouse
I
around
know,
your garage
but I
with
don't.
it,
But
right?
here's the deal. His story changed.
It does.
That
It
was the
does.
third
It
story.
does.
That was the third story. The first one. Let's see. He said let's see. Okay, he said that he went to the garage to smoke and noticed black smoke fill in the garage. He then saw flames in the corner and ran to get a pan of water, but got back and found out that
was
the whole
engulfed in
son of a bitch
flames.
is just out of control. But after
Within
that,
the 10 seconds that he tried to get water.
right, and then after that, apparently the next time around when they talked to him, he said that he had recently mounted on the back of a stereo speaker of some speakers, and he saw some flames jumping up out of them. He said he tried to kick the fire out, but then the fire spread and became worse. And then after that came the mouse story. What I think dude's doing, I think you and I are here. I don't think he's necessarily an arsonist. I just think he's a dumbass who is admitted to torch things kind of fucking cool,
It is
man.
pretty cool. I don't care how old you are.
You just
I
don't
still-
do it inside.
Give me some of her hairspray. If she has it, give me a lighter and I'll do it.
Oh my God,
I
it's
mean,
awesome.
not in here, but you know.
Don't
Yeah.
do this at home, kids, by the way. But yes, it makes this brilliant fireball, and it is this. It's the things that we did when you didn't have safety things on lighters. And, there's matches. Hey, thanks,
shit. Like-
Mom and Dad left these matches out here. I got to fucking.
I even
Like
had a
fire.
friend that drank like the Bud, like spray, like the deodorant or whatever spray, just so he could blow a fireball.
I think once in high school, me and some friends got some fingernail polish remover and put it on our hands and set our hands on fire.
Oh, that didn't hurt, did it?
It actually didn't.
Fuck.
It'll burn for a little while and then you can put it out.
Yeah.
I mean, like seconds. It's not like a long. You can have like a torch.
Aren't kids
But-
doing that on YouTube and with something
Probably.
else? Something else.
I lit my friend's stomach and like Happy Trail on fire because we were stupid at the time.
in the happy trail.
Yeah, we were doing like it was like, hey, it was with like Axe or whatever kind of body spray, like nipples and everything, smiley face. I don't know why. It was just blame it on Jackass. All right.
Yeah.
Jackass inspired some great,
yeah.
great moments, man.
Sorry,
for all
but
of
I'm
us.
definitely going to try this at home.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't do it. Just watch Jackass. I tell you what, if you want to watch just how bad it can go when it goes to the next level, watch the Dudesons. Did y'all
Dudesons
ever-
is awesome.
Oh my God, those dudes. Oh.
That was a little too far for me. Like
Homeboy lost a thumb.
Jackass had this really funny element to it, and that they'd have some skits too that they would kind of like
Yeah.
prank people. That was a lot of fun. Other than like the male nudity that was throughout all those movies, I could have done without that.
Yeah, there's plenty of fucking dong hanging down there. Hey, check this out.
But I think the dudes take it, like you said, just to that next level. Like,
Yeah.
But I still love every minute of it.
It's painful to watch.
And that's always the deal, too, the laugh track. You just got fucked up, man. You just went across like 80 feet of asphalt hell, and you get a no bull.
No.
That's. I guess that's just trying to keep from crying.
I'm
man.
laughing because I'm about to bawl.
I'm coked up, and I just drank a bunch of whiskey. And here in a minute, I'm gonna feel this, and life is gonna suck.
I think coked up is the key word there, like Steve-O throughout.
Dude,
I guess up until
The entire
just
Jackass
coked out of
tenure.
his mind.
Yeah.
Most of the stunts.
Why do I have to be sober?
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
I think it was that second movie where he put that hook through his cheek.
Oh my God, yes.
No,
Just
man.
a glutton for punishment, man.
Yeah.
Like whenever I was young and growing up and watching those, which that makes it sound like it's forever ago, but
It gets better.
Yeah, I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna do this. So yeah, we tried a lot of that stuff, but
I can imagine. See,
I did the shopping cart. A bunch of my friends would party boy people that were running like down over by Taft.
Yeah.
And I mean, we did
See,
all
that
the
was the more
stupid
funny
shit.
stuff.
So
Yeah.
but I'd throw myself down a hill just to see what would happen.
Yeah. I was fortunate enough to have been in my late 20s when that came out, so I knew better than to try.
High school?
It wasn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't influenced by. I'm like,
Junior high and high school.
Yeah.
this is fun to watch.
Of course I can jump down those stairs. Yeah,
Fucking
that
A.
worked out great.
Watch me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, damn. That didn't work out quite so well. Oh, man, but you got to do what you got to do, man. You can have a little bit of fun, this and that, and here and there. And, man, I think that when it comes to deviant stuff, and when we're talking about, I don't think when you're talking about Jackass, it's necessarily deviant. It's just pushing the limits of what's acceptable on TV and on film. Like you said a while ago, there's a lot of dong. There's a dude taking a shit. Shit flying up out of that one. That got me, man. The shit volcano or whatever. Oh my God.
Because you're like, what's going on? And then you're like, oh, okay, this is what's happening.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Fuck. But you know what? You're still watching.
And then he's worried. He's like, how much air did I get?
He did too. I know.
And did Steve-O butt chug that beer in one of them?
Oh, that was so bad.
I had a friend do the bottle rocket in the ass.
Why?
Because it's brilliant.
Because
What else am I gonna do?
Hey man, I'm gonna do this, but no, thank you. I'm not. I'm just gonna sit here.
Well, as fucked off as those people are, man, at least they're not feeders. Feedees, the Feedees, man. Let me tell you, Bobby, have you heard of a Feedee?
No.
This is the deal. It's Bobby. Bobby came in here at the last minute and took care of business for me, man. I really appreciate that, by the way. And Jeff, a couple days ago, or yesterday, I guess, yesterday morning, I sent out, just some stuff. This is the shit we're going to talk about, and it always changes. And we always, as you've heard over the last, let's see where we at, 37 minutes here, you've heard just how far away from center
we got
go.
pretty off track on some of this
And
stuff.
we love it. That's why we do this. That's why we do it. But I sent out some links. I'll send out some of the weird shit that's going on. And this right here takes the cake to me. This was been a good story or a good week for just jacked up stories, man. Things are just like
out there stuff.
Wow, it's awesome. Well, see, a Feedee. That's it's a sexual fetish for being fed and gaining weight, and it's often for the enjoyment of dudes on the internet who pay to watch them eat, burp, and fart while they're naked, or at least
Scantily
almost
clad.
completely.
I wish the listeners could see the face that Bobby just made while John was describing that.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I see stumbled across this on Bro Bible, which is a really cool website. If you ever you want to get a good laugh, it's really well done. They grasp all things dudes connect with. Well, these two chicks that they had actually profiled on there, Sarah Rain and Tammy Young. Sarah Rain, the writer of the blog, I forget. I'm sorry, I'm not giving credit right here, but he said that he first came across Sarah Rain a little while back, and she's a 26-year-old woman in New York, and she earns up to $1,500 a month to let men watch her stuff her face with food while just kind of, dressed in lingerie, shit like that. And she claims that the fans love to watch her gorge and that she's even eaten an entire fucking chocolate cake in one session because a client asked for it. Now, first of all, I would love to eat an entire chocolate cake in one session, and I'm a big old boy, and I can, and when I get hungry and I love sweets and this and that, but I couldn't possibly do it if I tried to.
Man,
Could you imagine that? Hell, Big Val couldn't in the Pantera videos, man. Big fucking Val. There's a chick that does this. She sat down, she ate an entire chocolate cake just so a dude can watch her. Who gets off on that shit, man? Some dude back there
That's too
just
fucking much.
beating it up, man.
I was told once that if you're good at something, you should get paid for it. Dude. I did not know that this would apply to this field.
Yep.
But I mean,
sign me up.
Yeah, because I can do this.
I'll put down some food. I'm not gonna wear any lingerie or anything. But
if somebody wants to pay to watch me eat, I don't know. I mean,
sit back thinking, you know what, man? I got this cool laptop
business.
over here.
I need some money. Let's do this.
Where's that Hershey syrup at, man? Laying out here wearing nothing but some damn skivvies. Okay, I got my T-shirt on now, but that's coming off later, y'all. But I made sure I got a small, tiny, tight one. It's going to turn your ass on, man. This one chick, though, man, that chick there I was telling you about.
Cut off shirts. That's where it's at.
Those little football.
Yeah, you got to have it. You just have the mushroom hanging out.
Leaves it something to be.
Yeah. Check this out. What do you call that? What'd you call that a while ago? When you sprayed them, what was Happy Trail?
Happy Trail.
Yeah, here's your Happy Trail, ladies. Check this out. The arrow pointing down.
Trail.
Sexiness, man. We had to wear those back in high school in sports and stuff. That was like the standard. That and them fucking shorts, man.
Short shorts.
Boy,
and that
booty
shirt
shorts.
That came to like
booty shorts
above your belly button.
Too much.
How manly is this? I'm wearing booty shorts and a half shirt, walking around with fucking socks pulled up to my goddamn knees, man, and it's a fucking...
Hey, 2 days in Texas, you were glad you didn't have...
I was good, man. I bowed out by 2 days, man. I figured at that point, I'm a baseball player, and even there it wasn't great.
This is no longer for me.
No, that was
like
it.
2 years of that, and it was
never
hell.
played athletics.
Oh, man.
So...
Yeah.
I mean, I know it. I know it's there. Never
yeah.
played it. And I was never in athletics.
Oh, yeah. When I was a kid, I was all about it, man. I loved it. I played baseball, man, from right there. I think the first year we could play when I was a kid was first grade in baseball, and I played soccer as a kindergartner, and it's just kind of always what we did. But my little boy, here it's such a different vibe in a little bit bigger town.
Yeah.
We grew up in small towns.
Small town, sports is life.
It is. It is absolutely life, man. Something you're gonna do.
Hollow
something.
Park used to shut down completely.
Yeah, yeah.
Not so much anymore, but back in the 80s and 90s, I mean,
the football games were like town social events.
Yeah,
they are, and they still are. I love to go. Man, we like to go down to Vernon at least once a year and go to a game just to go. We'll eat at Bevo's. We eat some good food and just go out there and see everybody. And like you said, it's a town social event. It's a bit of a reunion.
Yeah, that's about.
Oh yeah,
I go like on homecoming now.
Yeah, it's always a good one.
Because
just packed.
I have friends that come from out of town from college, whatever, and I'll see them. So that's about the only time I go.
I'll tell you, when Vernon and Iowa Park play, man, there's always just massive crowds on both sides, dude. That's one of my favorite games to go to. I love that one. The Graham too. Love when Vernon and Graham play. It's just like, oh man, and Vernon always gets beat. They're just too stout.
Graham
man.
always manhandled us pretty good too.
When I was a kid, they didn't, man. But when I was a senior, that was the undefeated state champion team, man. They were, they were, and the year before lost in the state championship on the missed field goal. But they were telling us when we were freshmen, they were telling us as freshmen, they're going, you're going to be the best team that Vernon's ever had. You're finally going to win state. And Vernon had always had strong, contentious teams, but they had never won state. Yeah. Graham's never won state, and we think of Graham as being a very stout, great program, and they have never ever won state. And it's such a hard thing to do. Yeah. And I was very proud of those dudes. I'd known them my whole life. I was a little envious, even though I knew that I'd have been riding the bench because I just wasn't a good ball player. It's like, nah, man, give me a guitar, pack me up in a room with my buddies and let's play some jams. I love to watch football, man. I love ball, all of it. But when it comes to playing it, man, baseball I'd play. But, it was a certain point in my life, man, I think that I just said, are you going to be an athlete or are you going to be a musician? And that was kind of
Very
cool.
true, yeah.
I realized that at about 14, 15 years old. It was pretty young. It's like, you know what? Whatever you do, you got to focus yourself on it and be the best at that. And that was there was just definitely a moment there. I still had it in the back of my head though, you know, because I would love to watch like the Rangers play, the Cowboys play, and think, oh, I wish I could play for them one day. You know, you'd still have that, but knowing that I'm not ever going to.
Those decisions were always made for me.
Oh yeah, right.
In my lack of athletic ability.
Oh, I understand.
I was always a little better at like guitar or something like that than I was at hitting people or
but you're
baseballs or whatever.
Power lifter though, man.
I did,
dude. That's awesome.
But that is not necessarily a team sport or a sport in general.
Nor is wrestling.
I pick things up and I put them down.
Yeah, man. But dude, not just anybody can do that. You have to be. You know, that's cool though. I'm glad you're humble about it. But I think that's actually something, man. I think you should be.
It was a sport that I could get behind. And,
man.
I had a lot of fun. Like everybody in my family did that, and we were all pretty decent at it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I played tennis. I can't say shit.
That's all right, though, dude. That's fucking cool.
And then the second time I played tennis in high school, it was just out of spite, just to piss off the teacher.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why'd you want to piss off the teacher?
Because he snubbed me from varsity my freshman year.
Oh, okay.
And I was clearly good enough to be on it. I was like, okay, I'm not going to play at all. And then I came back junior year, and I was, the first, seed or whatever in the class for some of the time. But
right.
I was like, whatever. I'm not going to pass after this first 6 weeks, so I'm just going to bullshit.
Well, I got 6 weeks to play, man. Yeah. Damn you, no pass, no play.
Yeah, that was literally my entire high school career until my senior year. First 6 weeks, done. Oh well.
Well, I had fun. I got 6 weeks of it.
And then I just started skipping the class. So
yeah. No, I got to that point too when I got later in high school. Just like, man, it's like you go and it just disappointed everybody so much. It's like, oh, you were the gifted and talented kid and this and that. You had this top score and everything, and then just, man, I just had I just wanted to just. You hate to use the rebellious cliche, but it was just I had that kind of thing. Like, man, I know this is good for me, but I still don't want to do it because you want me to do it, and I'm expected to do it,
man.
Yeah, I'm not going to play football. I know everybody in Vernon plays football. I'm not playing football. I'm going to be in a band someday. I'm going to
it's different when your mom works at the high school you go to. I couldn't just slack off and whatever.
Absolutely
because
not.
Brent and Tracy would have beat me at home because they knew everything that went on.
Right.
That's also not
good
true.
Parent, dude. I'll tell you what.
Tracy Catlin is a saint.
Let me tell you what.
She is.
You turned out good, man.
Thank you.
Dude, absolutely.
I graduated 10th in my class.
I got their back, man. They had to do what they had to do,
It was threats at home. Good
you
grades.
damn right.
So.
You damn right. Act right, do good in school.
You're better than this.
Hell yeah, man. Dude, I'm for that. I am absolutely for it, man. I believe in being a disciplinarian and holding them accountable. They don't just go to school.
Yeah.
They don't just go to school and then do whatever they want to, and then they get in trouble at school and then get home and then nothing's done about it. No, it's not going to work because they shouldn't be in trouble.
There needs to be some fear.
Absolutely.
Healthy fear.
You don't want to injure your kid. You don't
extreme,
want no, absolutely not. No.
But I never wanted to get in trouble and my dad come home.
There you go.
Because,
right?
I mean, that was... I
remember those days as well.
Just wait till your dad gets home. Ugh.
Boy, and that's
you knew you were in trouble.
Oh.
Not that he would do that much to me. But it was enough.
It's the
anticipation.
Mad,
it does.
I'm just disappointed.
That was always the worst.
Exactly. It's still gonna be. And I'm
it's
grown.
Still the worst. Yeah.
Yeah. You learn from it too, man.
Yeah.
Because you'll use that shit someday. You get married and have a kid and whatnot. You realize you'll remember. Even I was a little bit older when I had my first kid. When John Michael was born, I was like 34. And a lot of my other friends were they started having kids right out of high school. But that was cool, everybody kind of, it's just, I think when it happens, it's your calling, whatever. But I never forgot, no matter how far away I was from that, I never forgot the way it made me feel anticipating the punishment that was coming, that was worse than the punishment itself.
Always.
So
Yeah.
you learn to just let's let it sit for a while here. You know, he knows. You know, she knows.
Go to your room and
They've
think
done
about
bad.
it.
They've done bad. I'll deal with you in a little while.
Yeah.
And that right there is worse than just giving them a couple good swats on the butt or whatever. And I'm definitely for spanking.
I turned out good.
Yes, same here. But it impacted me so much that I got my first tattoo last year. My parents were always against
Catholics,
that.
man, you do not alter your body.
And I was so terrified of telling my parents that I got a tattoo, and I was 25 years old.
Dude, I'm right there with you.
And it was like, God, they're gonna be so disappointed in me.
I know.
And it just, but I mean, they're over it now.
Yeah, dude,
But still, it's like that's stuck with me for so long.
Well, that's your parents, man. And you respect them, and they instilled that, like, hey, we may not always be right. We don't, but we will disagree.
Yes. Yes.
I may not agree with you. We're going to disagree, and we may not be right. I'm for tattoos. My dad was the same way. He did not like it. My dad was a sailor in the late 50s up to the early 60s. I was the youngest of a group of 4 of us, and it was the same way. I got my first tat. I was like 18 years old, 19 years old, as soon as I possibly could. I hauled ass. I was in Norfolk, Virginia. We had to drive out to Newport News or Portsmouth. It was way out in the sticks. It was a long ways. They had strange tattoo rules up there. Mm-hmm. And, but man, he didn't know. It was 4 or 5 years, and one day I walked into United in Vernon, and I had a T-shirt with my sleeves cut out, and I'll be damned, Daddy was in there. And he just and here's my dad who stands up to my chest. Who stood up to my chest, by the way. He was a little dude, and he just kind of stood there, and we were talking for a minute, and then the old eyes just darted over to one arm and back over to that other arm, back up at me. And I'm just sitting there, and I know none of this is lost on either of us. Okay,
No,
Daddy?
no,
I had been holding off on this and wearing, sleeves that covered my tats, and we weren't, it was just like, let's not get into this. I'm a grown man.
I'm a grown man.
I'm going to make my decisions, even if, you fucked up too. You can always throw it out there. I mean, that doesn't work, by the way.
No, it doesn't.
Now as a dad, especially now, it works even less. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about,
my
man.
mom told me there's nothing you could do that would make us not love you, but we don't like your tattoos at all.
That's okay, right?
It was like you're getting real close here.
You're pushing it. You're pushing
Do
not fuck up.
Yeah, you take another step, you might just tumble over the edge, man. Yeah. Oh, I know, dude. I know, but you gotta live your life, man.
Yeah.
You gotta do what you do, and you gotta be
They're gonna
yourself.
freak when I get that forearm tattoo in like 2 weeks.
Shit, my mom just asked no throat or no hands.
Yeah,
no
keep
hands
off
or
the
neck.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do
Yeah,
that.
keep
Hey,
where
Mom,
you-
can I shave my head and get a head tattoo? Yeah, your hair will grow over. Right on. Gonna do that.
Well, you can, hey, there's an out. You can go with this. I can work with this.
Compromises.
Yeah, I'm about it.
we gotta do what we gotta do, man. But it's easy for people to talk about tattoos and stuff like that. You think, dumb shit you did. You might have made a mistake. You got a tattoo you regretted. Not everybody does. There are people who do have tattoos that they regretted, things they regret. But at least, you can look back at the moment and think, it felt like the right decision at the time. I didn't know that this artist was going to fuck it up. He has good stuff here. He has good flash. And you think, man, I ended up with a bad tattoo, but it looks like I made a bad decision at the time.
So I'm glad I waited until I was 25 and met people like Ash and Twan, Brad, guys that were good artists, and I knew, would do me right instead of like walking into some shop and like, I want that barbed wire armband.
I made the mistake of getting a house tattoo, and I don't regret it, but I know the era of my ways now, becoming all friends with all those guys.
Yeah.
Like, I have a smiley face above my knee.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, Ozzy has one, I want one. But it turned out I just made it into like the Walmart smiley face pretty much. And then I ended up putting a dime bag beard on it. And I was like, oh well. I was like, I'm all right with this.
You know what? But no matter what, what you did not do was you didn't try to light a cigarette with gunpowder.
I was waiting to talk about this story.
But I would.
This is pretty.
At least you're honest,
there,
man. But no, that was a dude up in Boston, man. He and this is what's so odd about it. Dude's driving around in an 02 Toyota Camry, and he's driving along this street there, and this son-of-a-bitch just explodes. This fireball comes out. It throws his ass out of it.
It throws him out of
it, dude. Out of it. And then this one bystander sees it, runs up being a good Samaritan, come, I'm going to save the day, and all is well and good, and this and that, and he just gets up. This dude's apparently hard as a motherfucker, man, because he's like,
gotta be.
He's like, I'm an idiot. I lit a cigarette with the gunpowder in the front seat. And his eyebrows and shit, his hair, his face is burned, and he's like, well, fuck, But at what point did that sound like a good idea?
Why does he have powder in the
That's
front
exactly
seat
what
in the
we're
first
also a good
place?
question.
That is where this is going, man. What's this dude
Not to
doing?
mention, how much fucking powder was that?
Yeah.
How did he get
dude-
thrown out of the car with like minimal injuries?
Yeah.
He ended up.
It blew up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It turns out this dude has got all kinds of shit in there. It's like bomb making stuff. And you're like, what's this guy doing beside, just thinking of the worst possible fucking way to light a cigarette?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But he has, apparently, so the dude gets arrested for this.
I think in the rest of the article, it talks about how he had no malicious intent with it.
Yeah,
he just wanted to blow some stuff up, is what it sounded like.
Yeah, and
It
it's
was
like,
probably the kid that blew up all his army men with like M80s.
whatever he could find,
We grew up shooting black powder rifles. There is a shitload of black powder in our garage.
And that shit will go off like
Exactly.
a motherfucker,
Yeah.
I mean,
dude.
and it's not just laying out for that reason, just in
Right,
case. It's in
right.
it's in an old freezer, so it's at least airtight and nothing's gonna mess with it unless we open it up. And and
The
shooting-
garage ever catches on fire.
Oh my God, it's gonna be awesome. When it does. You're like,
I mean,
just stay back over here.
yeah, our neighbors are about 10 feet away, but hey, good luck with that.
Hey, look here, man. We didn't start the fire. It just happened, and there just so happened to be some fucking gunpowder in the
I don't
garage.
know how it
And
happened.
Shit just,
whatever.
yeah, man, dude, yeah. Yeah, so old boy's apparently in trouble, man. They removed 14 liquids and powders from his car, and they sent them to another dude who apparently had some other things. But yeah, like you said, they were like, oh, it's not malicious. Yeah,
I think like the cops even determined that.
yeah,
too,
yeah.
right?
They don't think
these
they're
guys
doing
really had
anything.
no plan for this. It was probably just some good old boys that were bored and gonna blow up an old truck. Or, just
Hold my beer and watch it.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly.
It was like that guy here in town that blew up that tannerite. It's been several months ago.
Yeah, I remember about that.
Yeah, he had like tannerite and it blew up. He blew it up in his backyard and like cops got called. Everything.
Also, how is tannerite not illegal?
right?
I don't even know what that is.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
It's I guess
It's like a hard
two chemicals you mix together and it makes a hard
like ball.
substance. But if you shoot it with a high-powered rifle, it explodes. It's
I mean,
for,
you
like,
can drop it and it
exploding-
won't do anything. but,
exploding targets and stuff like that. You can just go to Academy and buy it.
No shit.
I saw a video on YouTube. This guy took about 50 pounds of it and put it in a car, and it blew that car in half.
I've seen the same.
That sounds like
same
so
type
much
of
fun.
thing.
I want to admit,
It
the
does,
redneck in me
it
is just like
does,
going,
it does.
"Oh my God!"
They put one out.
Please
in
don't
the-
ban
They put
this.
this one a big ass ball like that out in the field with a bunch of feral hogs. Feral hogs came up to
yeah.
it. They blew it up. You
Oh,
see
dinner
chunks.
served.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, that's brutal.
But they're
It's raining fucking.
It really is. Like
And
the
somebody's
initial,
into
you just
this.
see them just go every which way, and then it just starts falling.
It's oh my God, I can just hear it too.
it just blows my mind though how like they're trying to outlaw those like steel core bullets or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, the armor piercing,
And you can
yeah.
walk in off the street and buy tannerite.
Dude, my God, yeah.
Explosives.
You can fuck up a quarter a block, with that stuff. I mean,
If you buy enough of it.
yeah.
And I'm not sure if there's any waiting period or laws or anything like that on the, I doubt there is.
Well, hell, you can buy a little bit of it and
Yeah.
just fuck some shit up, I mean, let's just, hey, let's shut down a section of town. You blow up one car with it, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden nobody knows what's going on, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy. straight
Watch
over
those
the head,
YouTube
man.
videos if you're bored.
Tannerite.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a good time. But
You see, man, that's so. You see, I'm glad that I'm here with like-minded individuals because I am such a Neanderthal dumbass when it comes to entertainment. Because like movies and stuff like that, just blow something up for me.
Of course,
you know,
yes.
blow something up. I can see some fucking, maybe some fighting, you know, here. And it, all is well. High drama, just oh man, I'm over here. My mind's just drifting. Yeah,
I've also got
I'm
this fascination, I guess, with Abomination or whatever. Like, I watch those fail army videos on YouTube all the time. It's hilarious to me to see people do stupid things and hurt themselves. I guess.
Oh, yeah.
It's so, and it's just like, oh, and they so.
What did you
deserve
think
it.
would happen?
Yeah. And you know that there's a certain extent of that's what they were going for.
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
get fucked up. You think, well, is it a little bit of the Jackass mentality? I'm gonna get jacked
could
up,
be.
but I'm gonna get my 15 minutes of fame.
Well, I think
But
it was that-
it's hilarious.
that
It
one of
is.
those
I'm
things-
with you.
Yeah, it's,
One of those same
watch it
videos,
again.
like this dude. Is that one you showed me? He shoots the car with it, and the door flies off the fucking car and is this like inches, away from his head. It blows up the car, and then the door flies directly at
the
him.
Tannerite. Yeah,
Yeah, it was- It was a different.
I believe he was a
but
Russian. Back to what we talked about with the first.
He was
story.
a Rusky.
Yeah,
And
Everything.
He does all kinds of videos about guns.
yeah.
And the thing is, the next podcast is going to tie into the Russians and Leo too, man. I'm telling you, I can already see this thing, man. It is an endless cycle, man. It's just a
Reoccurring
cycle.
themes.
Yes,
I like
Yes.
it.
the
Yes.
fucking
I like it.
snake eating its tail, man. It's a beast, and it just won't fucking stop. I love it, man. Everything feeding off of everything else, man. It's really already taking shape here. We're at chapter 5 now, I think it is. Chapter 5
4?
of volume 1. Just chapter 4. That's right, 1, 2. Yeah, we are. We're
It's
at
volume
chapter
4, which is
Well, volume 1.
coincidentally- volume 1.
Volume 1, chapter 4. But I'm like you. I would love for it to just be volume 4 already so we could
could
just
be.
focus on Sabbath.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
gonna
All day.
say
That's
it
where I was
is.
going with
That's
that.
right.
but-
Let's just say it is for that reason.
Yeah, that's it, man. We're wrapping up right here, man. The Thrashman Chronicles once again. I am joined by...
I'm Jeff Catlin.
Bobby Scobie.
And it has been an absolute pleasure. Hey, y'all be sure to keep up with the podcast, ThrashmanChronicles.com. Also, I'm on Twitter, _Thrashman. Bobby, you're on Twitter as well.
Are you serious? WTF.
WTF, yes.
You with a U, not the word. Yeah.
And on Instagram,
That's the same thing.
same thing.
Now
Jeff's
I'm on Instagram as Redbeard Sound. You can keep up with my crazy guitar and amp adventures.
Yep. He's good at what he does
most
too, by the
excellent.
way, man. He loves the Franken amps, man. This is the guy right here. And he's still new at doing it. Wait until I can't wait to see what in 20 years you're coming up with, man. It's going to be mad scientist shit, and it's going to
Hell
be
yeah.
It's already good, so it's only going to get better. That's a great feeling too, man. When you start off good and you know it's only going to get better. So yeah, Jeff, all three of us, we're all on Facebook. Look us up. We'd love to be friends with you. I do afternoons here, Wichita Falls, Texas, KBZS FM 106.3 The Buzz. You can listen live, 1063thebuzz.com. But, yeah, Thrashman Chronicles, once again, we are wrapping it up. It's been a lot of fun. We are out of here.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Right on.